Welcome back to the Bluegrass this beautiful August day. I have one hot and thirsty dog here, so we're going to head up to the Small Challenges course, and I'm going to talk to you about what I consider the biggest mistake people make when they try to keep their dogs hydrated on an active hot summer day. So my little presentation where I made the dog hot and thirsty, that part of the presentation worked perfectly, but when I brought him over here to the platform, he was so hot that he was panting loudly enough to blow my microphone off. So I put him over in the shade for a minute. We'll bring him back in a second. Okay, so here's the point of my video, guys. Number one, I'm very proud of you guys that follow my channel because you've been doing a great job of getting out and finding puppy-sized adventures for your dogs. I mean, I'm really proud. You've been sending me pictures. Everybody's getting out, they're getting moving, they're being interested, and that keeps me fired up to make more videos, okay? But I am noticing a kind of dangerous trend, okay, and that relates to hydration when it's really hot. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, all of you guys know about these types of bottles. These are hydration bottles, and when you're a little kid and you're playing football or soccer or baseball or softball or volleyball, all you have to do is run over to the sideline and there's your mom or there's your coach waiting with a hydration bottle to give you a little squirt. So you run over there, you cock your head back, they give you a squirt, you swish it around your mouth, swallow it, and you're ready to go, right? So it kind of looks like this. You run over to the sidelines, coach, I'm thirsty. Man, that's the best tasting water I've ever had. So you grow up thinking that when you're hot and thirsty, you just grab a hydration bottle and squirt a little water in your mouth. That works perfectly for human beings because of how human beings' mouth is built. We have jowls and we have lips where we can close our lips. So if we put water in our mouth, we can squish it around, we can change our head around, we can spit the water out, or we can choose to swallow it. We have a lot of options when we put water in our mouth. A dog does not have those same options, okay? So what I'm noticing is people are grabbing their hydration bottles and they're going out to play fetch or they're going out on a hike and they're stopping every so often, taking a drink, and then they say, come here, Fido, and they go to give Fido a drink, okay? But it doesn't look the same. I want you to pay really close attention to this. Watch me. How much water ended up on the ground? Absolutely zero. Now, when you go to try to water Fido with your hydration bottle, this is what it looks like. So Fido, he's licking, trying to get, and you feel like you've done a real good job, right? Okay, but where does all the water end up? All the water ends up going down his mouth, going around his tongue, and hitting the ground, right? So basically what you're doing is having to carry around a ton of water, okay, to, you know, kind of pretend hydrate your dog. Okay, and let me explain to you, like, so that you can really understand. See this clear bottle, or clear bowl? Basically what happens, a dog walks up to a water source, and they stick their tongue out, then they invert their tongue, and they make a ladle. And they literally ladle water into the back of their mouth, and it goes right down their throat, okay? A dog can't put water in its mouth, close its lips, and then choose to swallow. The water has to be delivered via the ladling effect, or maybe you can, you know, catch a dog like when he's like got his mouth open, and you can get some water down the back of his throat if you squirt that in there just right, but it's still not efficient. Like, and if you don't believe me, just go out and videotape yourself trying to water a dog with a hydration bottle, or if you don't want to go to that much trouble, look at anybody on YouTube. They'll be out hunting or riding or something. They'll stop, get a drink, and they'll say, here, I'm going to get Fido a drink. And then they just pour water all over the ground. Makes me want to pull my hair out of my head. It's craziness, right? Okay, so if you're going to go out with your dog, it doesn't take any extra effort to take a container, right? And so when you stop and you get a drink, the natural way for a human being, put some water in your container so that your dog can drink the natural way for a dog. Okay, that's the whole point of my presentation. Just take a container with you. These little containers like this, these are really neat. I'll show you another way to make a container to take out if you want to. It's pretty simple. We've done it for years, right? But dogs need a container to drink out of if you want to keep them properly hydrated. Now I'll go get a dog and I'll show you this in real time. All right, now I have my dog here, and I'm sure you guys can hear why I had to put him over in the shade a minute ago. He's a big panter, you know. Okay, now, so again, let me show you in real time. Look, I'm hiking, I stop for my drink. Man, that tastes good, that's awesome. It doesn't take any extra time to pull out my little collapsible water bowl and let my dog have a drink the natural way. You see that? Now I'm not pouring water all over the ground. I don't have to carry extra water because my water delivery system is inefficient, right? And the dog feels satiated, right? I just poured 2 ounces of water in that cup and now it's all gone. That's how simple it works. Now I'll tell you what we'll do, just so I can make sure that you understand what I'm saying here about the ladling effect of the tongue. I'm going to place this clear bowl on the platform, and I'm going to have the cameraman switch to slow-mo, and we're going to like show you in slow motion what the ladling effect looks like when the dog drinks. Okay, cameraman, go ahead, switch to slow-mo. All right, well, I hope we got some good slow-mo footage, because as soon as that dog got his drink of cool water, he was off of the platform and hightailing it to the shade, and I'm burning up, so I'm not going to give him a hard time about it. But now we'll move on to the solution portion of the video. Okay, all right, so Stonnie, how do I keep my dog hydrated, you know, the natural way? And all I mean by the natural way is you hold water in such ways that it's easy for him to lap it up into his mouth, right? So again, I want to give you guys credit because, you know, a lot of people have been sending me emails showing me their adventures, and they're going on awesome adventures, right? And I love it. I love getting out and moving around with the dogs. And everybody's even doing a really good job of trying to hydrate the dogs, okay? But just remember what I showed you. This doesn't count as proper hydration for the dog. So all I need you to add to your sport bottle hydration strategy is a container. Now, I'm not one to hawk goods, so I don't care what kind of container that you use. Just find something that's convenient for you. We use these little silicone cups for a couple of reasons. Number one, I like playing with them. I'm like a big kid and I'm easily entertained, you know. But no, they're very effective, and I got a good deal on these about 10 years ago, bought a bunch of them. And so now we just have them all over the kennel, all over the house, and all the bags and all the cars. They're really neat, and they're just super convenient and effective. So I like them. Get you some of those or get whatever you want. I don't care. That right there, this not good dog hydration equipment, minus this. Put these two things together and you are ready for a pretty intensive hike. All right, you say, but well, okay, Stonnie, I got that, but you know, my dog goes through that on our hike. Don't I need some water in the car? Well, I'll show you what we call a Good Samaritan container. Okay, and you might say, well, Stonnie, what do you mean a Good Samaritan container? In all of our cars, whenever we go out on our dog adventures, we always have at least an extra gallon of water and a container, not only for our dogs, but in case we see somebody who doesn't have, any water for their dogs. Okay, you know, like I said, if I look over and I see some poor guy and his dog's panting and he's thirsty and the guy's just putting water all over the ground, well, look, the dog's not getting hydrated. So I say, hey, man, let me show you something. And I pull out my Good Samaritan hydration system, put the cup on the ground, fill the cup up, and the dog drinks. It's no mess, no fuss, and all the water that the dog drinks, minus a little bit of splashing here and there, goes into the dog's body instead of on the ground. So it's awesome. So I'm going to show you real quick how you make a Good Samaritan container. All you do, take 2 milk jugs, right? And we're just going to cut the bottom off one of the milk jugs. So you grab your milk jug, reach in your pocket, and get out some basic tools that everybody carries around with them. This is a, what's called an all-weather notebook, right? And this is a Swiss Army knife, and this is a red marker. So everybody I know has these on them at all times. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the little notebook to hold the marker in place, and we're going to draw a line around the milk jug. And then we're going to take the scissors from our Swiss Army knife and we're going to cut along that line. So simple. And if you don't carry a Swiss Army knife, okay, I mean, that's cool. You know, just use your blunt scissors or whatever else you safety Sallies use. But I always have a multitude of knives on me at all times. All right, so look at this. Look how cool that is. And how long, you can go back and watch how long this takes on the video, but it really doesn't take very long at all. And it's a 360-degree win for everybody involved, okay? I got to use my Swiss Army knife, which makes me super happy because I love any, you know, I like any chance to use all my gadgets. I now have a container and an extra gallon of water that I can carry in my car or on my motorcycle when I go adventuring. And I have water for my dog if I've run out on my hike when I get back. And I also have a means to provide water to someone else at the park or whatever adventure zone we're in, okay, that maybe doesn't have his own hydration system lined out, right? Okay, so that's all you need, guys. You need you a little cup and you need you a good Samaritan hydration system, and you're off to the races. You're going to be better off, your dog's going to be better off, and everyone you come in contact with that hasn't seen this video is going to be better off also. So I'll see y'all next week.